All right, number 9. This is your numerology reading, and if you identify with the 9 energy, that means your attitude number is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. And as you know, 2025 was a 9 year for the world. So that energy is amplified for you because this is a 9 year for you. Now, of course, many people see the 9 and say it is a spiritual number because the things that take place in your life during a 9 year transform you, and they transform you and cause you to evaluate whatever practice you had previously. So you have a lot of things that end because they are not aligned with what you need for your life. And a lot of karma is actually experienced during the 9 year. So it's lessons that take you to a state of higher consciousness once you evaluate them. It can be rough because the 9 year in January is 9 plus 1, is still going to be 1. So that means a new lesson could come up. So you may have had a new loss that take place. Maybe you had a lot of loss in 2025, a lot. And loss is not just death. It is death on one side, but it is also changes. And you had a lot of changes, and it's hard for you to deal with those. And then January comes and you're expecting January to be great, and you have some more changes. But don't give up, because then you're going to have February come along, and then you will have some new energy, and then March will come along and you will have some new relationships, and then April will come along and you will have some reasons to have fun again. You see what happens? So you just have to get through this cycle. But it's definitely a time for you to seek knowledge. Seek knowledge about the self, seek knowledge about life, and it is a great year for you to seek someone who can assist you in life, someone who can teach you, a guru. And it could be a guru spiritually, but it can also be a guru for your job. Perhaps you did not get a promotion that you thought you should have gotten, and maybe you need to find someone to teach you whatever it is you're lacking so that you can get that job. It can be a challenging time because of all the endings, but remember, every door that closes makes room for another door to open. So does that mean your relationship is going to end? Not necessarily, but it does mean that there could be a change in your relationship, right? As far as health goes, the area of focus for the 9 person is like the thigh area. That you tend to might have a few issues in that area that you have to work on. When it comes to loss, the losses that are felt from a death doula side of it is in relative, not like a mom, dad, but an extended relative, a family member, and maybe you have to do more for that loss than you normally would have had to do, say if it were a mom or dad, right? Just somebody that hits you, or it could be like a teacher that you lose, someone in that aspect. And then also, this 9 means you can completely change course. For the previous 20 years, you were a teacher, and now you're going to be a belly dancer. It's like night and day what you decide to do, and it is a grieving process that takes place from your old life as a teacher to your new life as a belly dancer. Okay? In addition to that, everyone has a lesson, and we're going to pull the lesson card for you for 2026. And this means this lesson is going to follow you throughout the year. Balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. How lovely. Now, what do you have to balance? When you lose things, sometimes we go to the extreme of holding on to other things because we don't want to lose them. So you have to learn to give people space. And in essence, if you are looking at their maybe you don't want to hold on so tightly that you push them away, because then you end up losing them as well, right? So you have to balance loving them and letting them have their freedom, and you being there to support them at the same time. Same thing with whatever you've lost as far as a job as a teacher, right? You have to balance the fact of, well, I was there for those students and it taught me something, and I still want to be there for them, but I got to be there for myself in another way of moving towards what I'm passionate about. Life is about balances. That's just an example. The other energy that is going to follow you is from the numerology cards. And these are numerology guidance cards. Each one has a number. And the number that's going to follow you this year is going to be 96, forgiveness. So looks like, so the 9 is lost. The 6 energy is family. So it looks like you will have to forgive family members, forgive those who are in your inner circle. And the 6 is also a teaching energy. So it's kind of interesting that I said teaching. So there's lessons to be learned. But when you think of forgiveness, a lot of people forget that they have to learn to forgive themselves. Sometimes when you stay something too long and you leave it, you say, I wish I had done this sooner. And then you kind of like put yourself down for not doing it. But know that when you do move, it's the right time in your life to move, to do something. So forgive yourself for wasted energy or what you see as wasted energy. And know that it all works together for your good, and everything that you have been through has gotten you to this point and provided you with a sense of knowledge that you can take into whatever you're going into next. Because 9 is a sense of loss, I would advise you to seek out a grief therapist to assist you with loss. And it's not just the loss of a person, loss of a job, loss of who you are from a health standpoint. If you have a dis-ease that changes your ability to do things, seek out someone that can help you navigate the grief and move your life forward. Okay? All right, that's it. Take care.